Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the second half of tonight's Send in the Community show with me, Hafiz Muhammad Umar. It is Wednesday, the 10th of December 2025, and this second half of the show tonight is live. We are in our studios this evening. Raza and I are both here. If you want to be joining in the conversation, please feel free to ring into the studios on 01582 481822. That's Luton 01582 481822. Or you can send us a message via WhatsApp on 0779 481822. That's 0779 481822. If you joined us before the break, you will know that I was joined by an amazing young lady called Beth. Beth is an epilepsy warrior. That's how she has put herself and her group down. Beth is not from Luton. She's from Doncaster in South Yorkshire. But she has started this campaign on Instagram in particular and also Spotify called Epilepsy Warriors, where she is raising not just profile for people with epilepsy, but also offering expert advice, support, being able to guide individuals and organizations that need support in catering the needs for people with epilepsy. So if you are on social media, on Instagram in particular, please look up Epilepsy Warriors and follow that. And you can also follow Raza and I on Insta as well. We created a group called Send in the Community. You can join us there as well, and also on Inspire FM's on social media platforms as well. Our aim is to try and increase as much awareness as possible using as many different platforms as possible to ensure people with special education needs and disabilities are not forgotten, they're not isolated, and more importantly, those entrusted with authority, whether it's in local governments, whether it's in the public sector, private sector, etc., including education, health and care, do their best to accommodate everybody. So, Raz, welcome to the show as well.
Awesome.
Assalamu alaikum, yes. Wonderful having you back with us today. Tell us what you've been up to then.
Just been busy working, after mum.
And where have you just come from again today?
From the boxing club.
From the boxing club. How was the boxing this evening?
Good.
What did you do?
Just started warm-ups.
And then?
And then
Did you guys do any exercises after that?
yeah, press-ups and stuff.
Okay, excellent. And what did you do yesterday?
Yesterday bowling.
You went bowling. Where did you go bowling?
Galaxy Centre.
At the Galaxy Centre, right. Okay, and how was that?
Good.
Did you get any strikes at all?
Only some.
Yeah? So you're so modest, Raz. And did you use the ramps on the side, or did you just roll your ball down the lane?
I just bowled it in.
Oh, brilliant. Well done. And which hand do you use for bowling?
Right hand.
The right hand. Excellent. So, listeners, if you've met Raz before, you know Raz loves going places and loves to get involved in sport and various other activities. And on a Tuesday afternoon, he sometimes goes bowling, and it is very accessible. We're quite lucky that in Luton and surrounding areas we have quite a few bowling lanes. We've got one in town centre, as mentioned, the other one's in Dunstable. And for people with disabilities, they can accommodate things like ramps, for example, are easily accessible and you could use them. And if I go back to our discussion before the break, it was around epilepsy. And during this half of the show, I would be particularly keen to hear people from people with lived experience, whether it's epilepsy or any other special education need or disability. We asked Beth to talk a bit about herself, and she was telling us about how amazing she is, black belt in karate, and they're doing various other activities. And we want to know, what are you doing? particularly if you are currently somebody who is not at school, college, or a particular regular place. Are you attending a day center, a group, an autism beneficiary, or a lot of activities around our area? Are you involved with them? Are you involved with FORB, Friends of Bright Eyes, for example? Are you part of the Down Syndrome Association? Are you part of the Crohn's and Colitis Society? What is it that you do, and how does that support you to overcome the barriers and challenges in life? 01582 481822. That's 01582 481822, the studio number to call. Or you can send us a WhatsApp message on 07779 481822. That's 07779 481822. And during this session, we are also looking ahead to the holidays. Are you looking forward to the holidays, Raz?
Not quite, but slightly busy.
No, you think you might be slightly busy.
Yeah.
Doing what?
Working.
And what else though during the holidays? This is a time to relax as well. What kind of
Yeah.
things do you like to do during the holidays?
Just jobs.
But jobs are during the term time. So when it's holidays, where do you go?
Maybe Russia. Somewhere.
To Rochdale, and where else?
Leeds.
Leeds as well, mashallah, very good. And what did you do when you get to Rochdale or Leeds?
Just spend time with families.
Spend time with family. What family do you have there up north?
Just dad's side. Mom's side.
So you got your cousins and uncles and aunties
Yeah.
and nephews and nieces,
Yeah.
and you enjoy spending time with them, going to the cinema,
Sometimes.
going into some restaurants perhaps. Raz is just nodding there. Of course, Raz loves going to restaurants. And there are some big restaurants in around Leeds, Bradford, and Manchester, aren't there? Like Mumtaz. Do you remember? Or what's the best thing you like about Mumtaz restaurant?
Canberra.
You can't remember. It's a drink. Something that's yellow, remember? What's it called?
Mangalasi.
Mango lassi, yeah. You certainly enjoy that, Raz. So during Christmas holidays, that's one thing Raz is looking forward to. There will be people within the community celebrating Christmas, and sometimes people ask a lot of questions about Christmas and how do we as Muslims celebrate it. We, of course, share the same story and the birth of blessed Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, peace be upon him, which is mentioned in the Quran. If any of our listeners didn't know that, there is a whole chapter, a surah called Maryam, which means Mary in English, and that actually talks through the time before the birth of Jesus, peace be upon him, and then the miracles he performed as a baby. So that is quite important. Perhaps it's December the 25th might be a good time to reflect upon that as well from an Islamic perspective. And during any holidays or festive seasons, we want to make sure people are conscious of their own safety and safety of people around them. And to that effect, fire is something that can be a huge risk. And Raza and I were quite lucky to visit the local fire station last week. Do you remember that, Raz?
Yeah.
How was that?
Good.
And what did we talk about when we were at the fire station?
Fire safety.
And what sort of things can make you safe in the house? Making sure we get rid of the rubbish, we don't leave it lying around.
Yeah.
And what about things like using cables and wires? Is it a good idea to put lots of them into one extension lead?
No.
No. What can happen there?
Cause of fire.
It could cause a fire, that's right. So we had a little tour around the fire station, and David Lynch, who is a community officer, will be joining Raz and I here on the show in the next coming weeks to talk a bit more about the risks associated with fire, particularly for people with special education needs and disabilities. And it's incredibly important if you have any signs or worries about your health or your special education need or a disability, that you do look up your local fire service and ask them what support advice they could offer. All fire stations around the country do offer a free home visit as well. That can be arranged by directly approaching your local fire station and asking for that. Usually, there is a few weeks before they could send somebody out to you, but it's very, very important. They could come out and check things like your smoke alarms, for example, making sure they are in working order. They might want to have a quick look around the setting in your house to see what can be done to reduce the risk of a fire. And particularly as we start thinking about Ramadan, Ramadan is less than, subhanAllah, 3 months away, about 2.5 months to go now. And sometimes when we wake up early in the morning, we are rushed around, wanting to cook very quickly and eat and pray. And, sometimes if you're not fully conscious, perhaps that there is that greater risk of fire around that time, again around iftar as well, and just generally speaking on day to day as well. So it's very, very important that we are conscious of what happens. There's a hadith of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam where he stated that put out a fire before you go to sleep. There was a time when a house burnt down during the night, and all his occupants sadly passed during the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when that news was shared with him, that's why he advised. He said, "Look, put the fire out before going to bed," and that's a precaution that we should all be taking anyway. So, inshallah, in the coming weeks, we will have somebody on the show to speak to us about fire safety and how that can be even more secure during the times that I mentioned there, and also on a daily basis as well. Alongside that, Raz, since we went to Nationwide to talk about money maths, and we came back and we also had a good discussion about how we should be dealing with our money. Can you tell us how you take care of your money?
I put it in my pocket.
Well, just in the pocket or into something special that goes into your pocket?
No, just sometimes when you want when you change your clothes, that's when you put it in the pockets.
But does the money just go directly into your pocket, or does it go into something else first?
It goes in the bank.
I know, but no, in your pocket though. Do you put the notes into your pocket? Do you put the coins in your pocket?
Yeah.
As they are? You don't use a wallet or anything, no?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Had a nice wallet? What happened to that?
Don't mention it.
Raz, why you don't do your wallet? Are you not using it anymore? Well, Raz has this amazing wallet which
I lost it last year.
Oh no, Raz, why did you not tell us? You see, now we need to make sure we replace that then. And that's one of the reasons why we went to Nationwide last week, to talk about money and how we take care of it. Now, had we not had the discussion, Raz, I had no idea you lost your wallet. So we need to make sure we get replacement wallet for you, and you don't just put the cash into your pocket, because otherwise it can easily fall out and get lost. You're talking about saving your money, keeping it in the bank is a good idea. And so I know one time a week when you want to spend your money, Raz, on a Friday, what do you spend it for?
Charity.
And where do you give it to?
Message.
Well done, mashallah. So on a Friday afternoon, Raz has this very good habit. He wants to give money to the masjid, and he usually has a bit of money on him, or he'll ask one of us at home to give him some money to give towards the charity. And that I know usually hand out as soon as we go to the masjid. So again, adults with disabilities is something that we focus on. The Center Code of Practice deals with young people with special education needs and disabilities from the age of 0 to 25, which is great. But we are also looking at beyond the age of 25 as well. What happens when that scaffolding suddenly disappears? We are then dealing directly with adult social care, which in many cases are amazing, and in other cases, a lot of close work needs to be done in preparation for that transition into adulthood. And then money is one area. living in a safe environment is also important. And I was actually quite amazed when I spoke to David last week around the risks of fire. I thought if you're at home, you're safer. Actually, at home, it could be a greater risk as well, because that's where a lot of things add up in any areas. For example, clutter, which if it isn't cleared, can become that fuel for the fire. So we've got to make sure we take extra care. And then if you got a condition like epilepsy, for example, you got to make sure you got an emergency card that's there with you, with contact details of close family or friends or carers who can actually be contacted in case of an emergency. And Beth had described it very clearly during the first half of the show that it's crucial that you carry that with you at all times, particularly if you have epilepsy and you are thinking of traveling on your own. You've got to plan your journey very, very carefully and make sure people are aware where you are aiming to go, how long for, what time you're expected to be back, how you're traveling there, and just so that they are conscious of what your day is likely to be for you. And so, as amongst your activities, there was something else you were involved in last night. What happened in the evening yesterday?
Cricket training.
Yep, weekly cricket training. Where was that?
20 boys.
It was at 20 Boys High School. So if you're not aware already, listeners, on a weekly basis, there is a disability cricket hub that's running at the moment by Cricket East in partnership with Luton Indians Cricket Club. And that takes place at Choney High School for boys on a Tuesday evening from 6 till 7. There is no cost involved. You turn up. You get involved. It's in the sports hall to the back of the school. And yeah, it's for an hour by qualified coaches, and it's an opportunity to participate and see if cricket is right for you. If it is right, great. There are opportunities to travel and also play against other teams. You get to play amongst yourselves as a group, and also because we are directly linked to an amazing local club at Luton Town Indians, you get to actually play on a proper cricket ground at Upper Wardown, which is the best ground in the whole of town. So there are those opportunities available on a Tuesday evening. You can pop down to Choney High School for boys. What kind of activities did you do last night, Raz? To begin with, you did some warm-ups?
Yep.
When you were trying to pick up the ball?
Yeah.
How did that work?
Good.
And what do you have to do?
With the heads and the shoulders. You do that first.
So you're working in pairs, doing head, shoulders, knees and toes, and the first person to pick up the ball was the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, you have to wait till the word ball was said, and then you could pick it up. Yeah? Okay, excellent. What else? Do some catching practice?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I know, so obviously, Mr. I saw you doing your best with the catching, and then you play the game as well.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy batting, bowling, or fielding?
Both.
Yeah, you enjoy both batting and bowling. Excellent. So the whole purpose there was, again, to engage everybody and give them an opportunity to get involved. And beyond that, you got something coming up this Sunday, Raz. You're going to be very, very busy. What's happening?
Cricket match. Someone that has a PlayStation night as well.
Yes, well done, mashallah. So on Sunday, Raz has two important cricket-related events. The first one is the Super Ones cricket event taking place in Hertfordshire, where Raz and his team are going to be playing cricket matches against neighbouring counties. Yeah? Who are you going to be playing against? Hertfordshire?
Yeah.
Who else? Who normally comes there? Buckinghamshire?
Yeah, Buckinghamshire.
Yeah, okay. And possibly one or two of the neighbouring counties as well. And then straight from there, Raz and I are going to Hemel Hempstead. Do you remember? Why are we going there?
My PlayStation night.
Well done, mashallah. Your presentation afternoon. So some of our listeners will be aware that Raz, mashallah, is the best cricketer in our family, and so he plays cricket for Luton Town Indians Cricket Club. He participates in the training with the Cricket East, and also represents Cricket East in these Super Ones fixtures. And alongside that, Raz is part of the Hertfordshire Comets, which is the Hertfordshire County Cricket Club's visually impaired team. This year, Raz played for them for the first time during the summer, and they have their presentation afternoon on Sunday, and they've kindly invited Raz to that as well. So that's going to be something for us to look forward to, inshallah, and we are going to be in attendance there in Hemel Hempstead on Sunday. I say Hemel Hempstead because Hemel Hempstead Cricket Club have been spearheading the visually impaired cricket in our area for a couple of years now. And their chairman, Professor Richard Grayson, who is also a lecturer at Oxford Brookes University, he oversees the actual running of visually impaired cricket in Hertfordshire. He has done a lot of work for visually impaired cricket at Hemel Town Cricket Club, and they regularly host the visually impaired cricket there, and we were very fortunate to have been invited there to get involved. Going forward for next season, inshallah, we will try to build up on the visually impaired cricket taster session we delivered in Luton during Disability Cricket Month in July, and there will be an opportunity for local people in and around Luton who are visually impaired to come and have some involvement with the adapted cricket for those with disabilities. This is going to be at Luton Town Indians Cricket Club during the 2026 season. So please do watch this space for more information. Alongside that, we are currently working on developing a cricket team for people with medical conditions as well. Over the course of the last 12, 13 years since we started disability cricket at Luton Town Indians Cricket Club, we have come across many players who are currently playing in the local leagues, whether it's Luton District Midweek Cricket League, whether it's the Bedfordshire County Cricket League on a Sunday, or whether it's the Hatters League, or whether it's Hertfordshire County Cricket League on a Saturday, or the Home Counties League, whichever league they play in. One thing we have established that there is a growing number of people who are actually going above and beyond battling with their medical condition to try and participate. And sometimes they might end up missing out because of their condition. And that is unfair on them, which is why we want to expand our disability cricket offer to include those with added needs. There is a national framework available for this, and we want to be able to get involved in that possibly next year, if not at least work towards it, arrange some kind of friendly matches. And if you're somebody who sat there thinking, you know what, I loved my cricket, but because of my injury or my medical condition, I can no longer play cricket, well, please do not be disheartened. There are opportunities there, and I will share a small story with you, which we covered during the summer holidays, of a young man called Stephen from Hertfordshire, an absolutely amazing young man. He unfortunately lost his eyesight very rapidly to Leber's disease. It's a condition that he wasn't even aware of that he had, and within a month he ended up losing his sight in both eyes, from living independently, working ordinarily, traveling, etc., to suddenly being in a situation where he lost his sight. And his story is incredibly powerful. And he is an inspiration to so many people, because he said that happened in 2010. And obviously, it was a shock to him and his family. He went through a lot for the following year or so. And then he came back and started looking at things that he could do without his vision. And one of the things that he picked up was cricket for the blind. And by 2012, he'd been selected to represent England in the Ashes series against Australia for blind cricket. So within 2 years, subhanAllah, he did not give up, but he looked at opportunities. And that's what we want our listeners to do. That's what we want to encourage people to be able to think about the fact that, if Allah's put you in a situation, it's a test, and there are so many tests we go through on a daily basis. What is the best way out of that? So please never give up. Do not feel hopeless. There is an opportunity, a blessing in everything that happens around us. And as far as cricket is concerned, we will make sure we create those opportunities. As we are coming towards the end of the show now, so just remind our listeners about cricket and where they could come if they want to practice with us.
Yes, why not?
Mm-hmm. And which day and what's the venue for cricket?
Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. And what's the place?
Join High School for boys.
Mm-hmm. What time?
Between 6 to 7.
From 6 to 7. And it's at the sports hall, which is at the back of the school. So if you drive there, please drive round to the very back of the school, and it's at the back there. Listeners, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. You've been listening to Raza and I on the Send of the Community show. During the first half of the show, we had epilepsy warrior called Beth joining us. Thank you so much to her as well. Please tune in again next week.